Actually Contrøller, the podcast that is actually Contrøller. And we are actually in control of everything you are hearing right now. I'm so very sorry.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome to Actually Contrøller.
So sorry. Yeah.
And today we are hanging out.
How about introduce yourself?
Oh wait, I don't want to. They've
I'm
been
Chad.
watching for a long time.
No,
Chad.
Okay.
Some just listen.
Chad's
Steve.
here.
Chris.
And I'm Jeff.
Congratulations,
Okay,
Jeff.
we made it through that
Thanks.
part. Hey, that's a success. Let's cut it now.
Do you want to do another opening?
is Jeff.
Dude.
No, I don't want to do another
You
opening.
can though.
No.
I'm gonna let
No.
you just sit in that.
Jeff's
one.
like, can we hashtag retake that whole thing?
We
Nope,
tried.
I'm gonna let you sit in that one.
Got to edit crickets in there or
We,
something.
we need hashtag
What did I
retake
do
merchandise.
wrong?
Yeah.
Hashtag retake.
All right, so Jeff was preemptive of the fact that we have a guest today.
Yes,
Yes, we have a go.
He was so excited for this guest.
I was.
We're all excited for
Well,
this
aren't
guest.
we?
Yeah.
We have Ellis here. Say hi, Ellis.
Hi, Ellis.
Thank you. See, he's here.
Success.
And look how
Cut it.
scared he looks, and it's all your fault, Steven.
I'm here. I'm partially
be
queer,
scared.
and I'm with 4 other men. Let's do it.
Right in the middle.
Well, there we go.
And I already told him there is a bed directly underneath.
Yeah.
Oh, my. All right, so tell us a little about yourself, Ellis.
My name's Ellis Omega. I'm a musician from Ohio. We'll just leave it at Ohio. I've hopped around too much.
Musician.
Yeah,
Musician.
musician. I singer, songwriter, do some crying and screaming on stage. Mostly guitar work, acoustic, electric.
Sad boy stuff.
Yeah, I grew up in the emo genre.
You are growing up.
And then- yeah, still.
Speaking of projects.
Yeah.
I'm under 30. How does that make you guys feel?
Well, you see, when you say it like that, it feels like you're trying to attack us with it.
Shit.
And that just
I would-
doesn't feel very good.
I
now.
didn't say
I
that
challenge
you,
you
guys
to keep
looked
up with this
bad.
old man. I challenge you to keep up with this old man.
Like, honestly, when you come at me that way, bruh.
I will say in our defense, we did just do almost 26 and a half.
Yeah, and when I got back into
100
town,
miles.
when I got back
2,700
into
total.
town the very next day, I went to Michigan. So, like, you know,
Let's go.
I actually traversed the entire United States.
He
I
went
give you guys
complete
props
north-south.
because you guys have
He did.
toured and I've gone to the next state.
He's, well, you know what? To be
That's
fair,
kinda like
Ohio is a pretty big state.
And yes,
Yeah.
it's kind of
So touring Ohio could probably take a long.
It's the massive.
Yeah, but it made
pancake
more
in the
sense to
middle
come to
of
Fort Wayne.
Indiana.
Yes, sir, and that's where
of,
we met.
the United States.
Yes, actually, yeah. So being an Ohio musician, I was actually very grateful and thankful to get some opportunities in Fort Wayne at the age of 21. That's actually how I met Chris, met Jeff, and just kind of got my foot in the door with them, with the guys in OLC, the guys in Corosic, and I got to say, as far as being a musician, that's probably been one of the biggest blessings, is to become a part of a scene that you're not from, you're not necessarily a part of, but you just find a great rooted music scene with good, solid musicians,
Yeah.
good, solid people, and I mean that's what really grows that. It's finding the right group of
Now,
musicians.
you're like an unofficial member of
One
OLC
of-
at this point, right?
One of
I mean,
these
you're
days,
so close
one of
to
these
them.
days, I'd like to meet
Depends
some
on
of those
who you
guys.
ask. If you ask Ben, I'm in. You ask Chase, I'm in. You ask Blake, well, he's going to be Blake.
But to be fair,
That's bass players, though,
to
right,
be
Chad?
fair,
What?
Yep. Perfect. Well executed.
Indifferent, whatever. I'm sure. Let's go.
Hey,
Are we
hey,
playing something now?
Hey, Chad, we're going on tour.
Okay.
Where? Okay.
I
Do
don't
I
even
gotta
ask
be somewhere?
where. I'm
Just-
just like,
Just get in the car.
just
Let's
get in
get
the
He'll
the
be
car.
there. Grab the bass and go.
yeah,
grab bass, go.
grab bass, go. Are we hitting a Taco Bell? Yeah. All right, I'm down.
Is there an in and out on the way?
Sonic.
Is there an in out?
Sonic.
So
How many
with-
pairs of underwear?
Yes.
Is there
Not
a
enough.
So
whatever?
there's a tour. There's a story with
Yeah.
that one.
All right, please. I'm all ears.
We'll leave that for later on in the episode. So give us a little bit more background when it comes to you coming into the scene. Did you come into the scene just as a solo artist? Were you trying to hunt down other people to actually form the band right away? What was your goal?
It was actually completely solo. So I had already done, I guess, what you could call a trial and error run in a band. It had actually been what technically would be the first version of Ellis Omega, which was a 3-piece garage band that was not very good. But being a first experience, it's a great learning experience, great time to try to build and understand. I was only 19 at the time. We ended up kind of parting ways with that at the moment. And I just been doing acoustic stuff for about a year, whether it be just cover stuff around the area, trying to do more original, just kind of focused works. But what kind of came around was after doing some shows, I'm going to give a big shout out to Taylor Zank. After doing my first EP with him, he was actually the one that gave me the show offer to hop on the show at Skeletons.
Yeah.
Which happened to be the same bill that OLC and Korosik both played. Brett Welch bought a burnt copy of my first EP and paid for it and everything. That's kind of how we hit it off and met and everything.
Oh my God, you like me? You really like me?
Yeah, that's how it felt. 'Cause
I remember-
we'll put it this way: getting to work with OLC and Korosik and the Kickbacks is being surrounded by musicians who care not only about their music and the scene, but about helping new artists come in.
Yes,
And a lot of the
absolutely.
first bands I got to working with were not really in that mindset at all. It was very much self-focused. Some of the bands want to make sure they got stuff out of it, whether you kind of get put under the table a little bit for whatever. But at that age and that time, it's about opportunities. You got to take whatever you can get, whatever you can wrap your mouth. I mean, hands on. You got to take it and go
We
from
won't
there.
talk about your time at
just gotta
Skeletons.
hold
It's
on
fine.
and
I mean,
go for the ride.
We can. But it was at the time, it wasn't about trying to get the band back together. It was just about trying to push myself as a solo artist.
Yeah.
Because of that show, it actually helped get some musicians I knew back together at the time, which ended up forming the Ellis and Mega band that performed in Fort Wayne, around the area, the group that people knew throughout the late 2010s.
Which I think is when I met you.
Yeah. Boy, I'm having a harder time trying to remember exactly when we met, because I think our first show together would have been the Brass Rail.
Yes, sir.
When we played with
it
you
was
guys
a
in the
teasing show.
Kickbacks.
There was a band that dropped off, and I was like, I want to play the rail.
Yeah, it worked out perfect.
For
I
some
think
reason, it
that's
was
the only
always like,
time.
I want to put. Now that I've done it, I'm like, nah.
I've never
forget
played.
Because that's
I put
the
the
only
notch in my
time
belt.
that we played there too. And I mean, I think it's a great venue, but I've noticed that they're really good about getting some different touring acts coming in and around. Where places like O'Sullivan's at the Ruin want to be more focused on some of the local acts too. And obviously that's getting a start at Skeletons, then turn into the Ruin doing stuff there. Even from being out of state, O's feels like a second home. I mean, I've done, with your help even, Chris, I've done 2 or 3 birthday shows myself that's been out there. We've shot music video stuff. I mean, I'd say the rowdiest shows I've been a part of have been at O's.
100%.
And I mean, that's usually the
They
best,
give a lot
the
of
best
freedom,
time.
just as long as the place is still standing and the music's from 10 to 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't stop before you're supposed to.
I have seen
Yeah.
not one of my shows, and it was actually a weekend before a soda show where there was it was punk, heavy, hard punk, and there's video of a mosh pit breaking out, which is not uncommon, but a trash can being thrown throughout the staging area. Just people were launching a trash can back and forth, and I'm like, that's a tiny bar.
That's not good,
Yeah.
but that is pretty cool, though. That's
Trash
pretty
can
punk.
is the size of 2 human beings.
Yeah.
It's one of those like 48-gallon ones or whatever.
Yeah,
55
so
gallons.
the punk scene here kind of goes hard when it decides to.
Oh, it should, though.
Yeah,
So what are you doing
it
now?
should.
Like, bring us here to the future,
I'm
to the
sitting
current.
sitting in a basement with 4 handsome
Oh
men.
my gosh.
Well, hey.
You did walk into that.
Oh, you
Let's
meant
talk about-
musically.
What's going on later?
I'm sorry. I don't know. That depends on
I have
what
a
you're
birthday.
doing.
I have a birthday.
Chris's leg hurts.
Have or might have.
Yeah, my groin.
Oh my god.
Chris's owie.
That's my pickup line. My groin hurts. Would you like to help me?
Would you like to help me? I think it might be a
So far,
hernia.
you're the only one who's bit.
Well, I mean, I got teeth, and you like to be a little rough sometimes. Being a biter has its benefits.
Oh my god.
Oh, you meant bite in a different way. Oh,
We're looking across the room.
they're already debating on if this was a good idea.
There's nothing to see
Oh,
there.
no.
No, this is perfect. This is
Yep.
fine.
As far as a lot of stuff going on now,
You overestimate the amount of listeners we actually do have.
Grossly overestimate.
it's all right. I know.
There's
I know
7
Tom
listeners.
will be there.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey man, I like the way we sound. Shut up.
I do too. But currently joined my first cover band actually, besides playing with my brother's group, The Shadow Within. We're booking our first shows. We actually got our first show back with the new lineup this coming Saturday the 30th at Duckfoot's Landing.
Which will be after this podcast airs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
so you guys missed out on a great show. And if it went badly because it was our first, then you wouldn't know anyway.
It was still a great show.
It was
because
wonderful.
this was still
It was the first show.
Exactly.
However, when is the May
Inaugural.
show? What's
Does
May
he remember?
25th.
He does. Saturday,
So-
May 25th.
This will drop before that.
So if you want to see Ellis,
Ellis with about maybe just shy of an hour, I think. I don't
Yeah.
have the DOS built.
Maybe. Well,
Shadow Within.
possibly 2 hours. There might be a bit of a fill-in for OLC.
Oh, yeah, if you want to see 2 hours of
Ooh.
Ellis.
But then again, I would
Yeah.
do Unspeakable Things to Chase to get more time
That-
on stage with OLC.
That might be my 6th band that I joined, too. I might actually get to jam one.
you better
gosh.
not.
One or two of
Because I
those.
was already worried you joined the.
What's the hip-hop song when Ben comes up front? I drum on that one. If
The original or
if
cover?
Brett's not there. It's a cover. I'm not good with song titles,
I
man.
probably don't even know. It's Brittany's favorite
I'm
song.
just
I
the
could tell you
drummer.
that. Is it Step Right Up? Is that what it's
Yes. Yes.
step right up.
So if Brett's not there, I'll probably be filling in
called?
on that
Cool.
one.
Wow. Oh my God. We could actually
They haven't
finally
asked-
play it
We might
play
together
it.
for the first time.
They haven't asked me to fill in.
Stars have aligned.
Saturday, May 25th, OLC will be opening up a Fort Wayne show at Pierre's main stage, and then the Shadow Within is going to make their. It's probably your Fort Wayne debut.
Yeah, that'll be
Of
our
all places
Fort
to
Wayne
debut,
Yeah,
Pierre's
right?
main stage.
Yeah.
And then also,
you go.
for the
Well
first
done.
time ever, bringing to the stage Something in Your Mouth. Well, not the first time I've done that, but the band, the band Something in Your Mouth, a
Oh.
tribute to Nickelback, led by Michael
we
Thomas.
have brought Chris on stage enough times to know that's not the first time that it's something in his mouth on
and
that
it's
stage.
not
It's
his
also
first
in
rodeo.
celebration of the TKV, the Kickbacks 10-year anniversary. It'll also be Jeff's birthday, Jeff's 29th, I think.
I'm 29.
29th birthday.
That's
Yes.
awesome.
Yeah, Jeff of the Kickbacks, Chef Cottle. So it'll be a good time. And it is Saturday. The only caveat is Memorial Day weekend, so
Yes.
take some time from the lake in the evening and come down to Piers and party hard.
Party hardy.
Party.
Yep.
Party.
So let's get into some of these.
Well, I was going to ask. So that was kind of helps leading this. So you've had a band, a garage band when you were younger. I mean, you are young. You did your solo
Thank
thing
you.
for a while. You're picking up another
You're so
band.
young.
You fill in sometimes with OLC. You jam out with those guys. You're currently recording.
Yes. Long story short, it's actually been a slow recording process, about 3 years.
They always are.
Yeah. Well,
I feel you on that one. That's
Yeah.
why this EP release is 4 years,
because
3.5.
typically, if
Heard
you want to get the best,
recordings.
the best version of your product, your songs, the best thing is to take your time. And the thing I've learned is do not set a deadline. And if you're going to do it, you
Yeah.
set it after everything's done.
I don't know.
I don't know,
Controller
we-
always had deadlines.
Yeah.
We're the reverse.
yeah.
you
If
try.
there's
We work
no
under
fire-
pressure.
If there is no fire, then there's
Shut
no
up.
passion.
No.
to
Shut
get
up.
done.
You guys are also doing it as a group.
when
where
they
this
hired
is completely
it's like, oh
independent.
yeah, we got
That's
this.
true,
They got
that's
this
true.
grandeur of like rewrites and doing an EP, and by the end of the year, then like, oh, we're gonna go on tour in August, and by then it was like September's like, so when are we gonna write music, record it, mix it, master it by the end of the year, huh?
We got it. We
so
got
we
it
created.
done.
We went back to their whiteboard. I said, let's do this. So
Well, we got it done though.
We did get it done.
snap! I got the bullwhip, and we got it done.
It's definitely hard in a group. That's
yes, it was about a year delayed. However,
However,
there
For
were
the
some
most
learning
part.
curves to get through some crap.
So it's for the most part, I think we did a pretty stellar job.
So through everything you've been through, both like rough high school projects, solo recording, the groups you're going through, there's obviously like a goal. What do you hope to accomplish with what you're doing with your artistry, either solo or as a group?
honestly, it really just comes down to wanting to reach people with music. As we were joking about being an emo kid and stuff. I grew up with a lot of the style of music that's very written for either experiences you're going through, relationships, whatever it might be earlier on. A lot of the bands I listen to now focus on a lot of mental health situations. But there were definitely several bands that helped me along my journey just growing up, and whether it be taking a step and growing mentally or emotionally or making progress. But being able to see those bands and experience those feelings live in a room with that band while they play it, and just feeling what you would as if you're in the car listening to it, has just changed and affected me in so many different ways that's really just the end goal.
boom. Wait. So what experience inspired you to start your craft? What got you into it? You already answered that. Thank you.
No, partially.
Yeah, elaborate then, please.
Yeah.
I can elaborate more on
Yeah,
that.
what
'cause
experience
there would be
inspired
a
you to
second
start
part
the
of
music?
that.
So what was the
Quick
trigger?
for the bass player, just be like, all right, done.
Done. I did my work.
I will sip my soda.
You did,
now.
you did his work for him, is what happened.
Specifically, my brother. So I have an older brother, Colt Burnett, who I've been very very blessed to have featured 2 different solos on, one on each of my EPs I put out. But with a 14-year age gap, I spent most of my childhood just looking up to him. The guy's a phenomenal guitarist, has played everything, covering Ozzy, Metallica, Megadeth, Van Halen.
Is he the one that brought you on to Wetzel?
Yes, yeah. So I actually played Colton Crew, played Wetzel last year, opening up. I believe it was opening up for Bad Wolves was the headliner for the night.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Or they might have been the second night.
The current iteration of Bad Wolves, right?
Yes, because we were the one of the openers. But he's gotten that gig a couple years. He had me go with him because what he does is just use different musicians he's met over time, kind of have join him for a night. You get together for a couple practices, play through the stuff, have the gig, everyone gets paid, has fun, go home.
Yep.
So I got to do that with him. I've been blessed to be able to play several times in Colton Crew. This is the one thing that usually throws people off. I play bass for them. He prefers a one guitar setup, but I mean, it just depends on how you play. Mm-hmm. I like playing with 2 guitarists. I know you guys use one handsome guitarist.
One
Yeah, but we have a
handsome.
second
Yeah, you guys also have
We
keys.
have,
but
we have a second
keys,
guitarist.
so-
Yeah, we have a second guitarist. He just does
Plays
this
it on
way.
88 keys.
61.
So,
So
is
I
he
like
missing a key?
for the long. I am missing a key actually.
Yeah, he
I
does
am,
have
actually.
a key kind of missing.
So I wanted to learn how to play guitar, but like
So 61
it
and a
just
quarter.
never panned out. And I was learning how to play
60 and a
guitar on
quarter.
a right-handed guitar upside down because I didn't know that a left-handed guitar existed for a very long time. And
You got to find one for a decent price. That's
Yeah.
not
It was like-
quality.
fighting the arm thing to make it work, man, and just coming to the realization that keyboards were on the up and was like, man, I can basically have any instrument.
That
that I
and the
want.
ugly noises that he can produce with
Oh.
that thing.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I
keyboards
like-
have limitless effects, and if you got someone that really knows how to play, you can use someone playing chords as the main melody or stuff. But what I love with you guys is
I like the
Jeff is so
ugliest
much
noise.
about ambience going on and
Noise.
effects. Like you guys wouldn't be the same if
Oh.
Jeff wasn't playing.
No.
We're
And,
this
and
whole
I
group.
think there should be more bands that consider things, whether it be keys or like OLC does, using some brass instruments here and
Yeah,
there.
dude, they.
Like you got to have something
Genetic
special
Drift
and
was
just
a good example of that stuff back in the day.
Yeah,
He's a young one,
I'm
and
gonna-
I don't even know that band.
I
You don't
wanna-
know Genetic Drift?
I remember them.
Yeah.
But I'm the
Scotty
old.
from
Yeah, Chris.
Time Orange.
No,
Yeah.
I only know
Orange
them
Time
in Totally
Machine. Yeah,
Unknown.
that was
No.
his project. What? That would have been
Never seen it.
2014,
Yeah.
2015, 2016.
Hello.
Somewhere.
10 years. That's it.
That would have been at the start.
10 years is how long I've been out of high school.
That's when I started music in Fort Wayne.
Don't feel defeated. It's fine.
They
So-
asked me-
Dude,
so
my
no,
29th
so-
birthday.
It's because my
Look up Genetic
my-
Drift. You'll like him.
My son is not too far behind.
That's
so
fair. That's fair.
So you played several stages, obviously multiple states now, technically, right?
Aged not old.
We've got Wetzel, we've got
He's a
O's, we've got
regional
Brass Rail.
artist now.
What is so far? What do
I'm
you? And it
vintage.
doesn't have to be a show; it could be a moment. What do you think your most favorite experience has been so far as an artist?
Specifically, it's actually got to be a show that we did at O's. So one of the plans with the new iteration of Ellis Omega, the band will have a completely different name, but I'm still doing my own writing, recording with Tom, basically just doing everything but drums. We're programming those because I can't play what I wish I could.
yeah.
I can't play on drums what I can hear. But if you need someone to do drums for AC/DC cover stuff, I'm probably your guy.
A lot of the times, what I'll do is set a metronome real slow, and I'll just track what like single hit style, and then loop it back on itself. That's how I'm able to make drums sound good because I can't play them in real time.
Yeah, my hands and feet just don't want to do opposite things like
Yeah.
double time stuff like that. It's
Yeah,
just
see, I'm
not
only
possible
ever
for me to
putting
do.
in like one hit at a time. I'm never trying to do it like all at once because that's like a lot of busy work. I just can't be bothered.
Yeah, you're a busy guy, Jeff.
Yeah, exactly.
Jeff is at heart a bass player.
yeah.
You know,
just gave-
Have you
need a-
ever looked at a keyboard
need
and
a
seen how
studio
many
drummer-
keys are on there? Just hit them one at a time.
Well, in Jeff's case, it's 60 and a quarter.
Yeah.
That's 60 and a quarter.
Yeah, he doesn't play a 61 key. He plays a 60 and a quarter.
60 and a
I'm
quarter.
just saying, if you
yeah.
need a studio drummer, I might know a guy.
What?
Well, maybe it's not a studio drummer I'm looking for as much
His
as a
fill-in
live
drummer for the
drummer,
other band.
actually. It comes with great benefits.
All right, so
enough
guys,
enough
I
about
am
your-
resigning from Controller today and
Listen.
joining Ellis Omega.
Listen, I have
This is
a
a coup.
question. I have
Actually,
a
I think I
question.
got to finish the
You can
the other
finish
one
talking
too.
about what you're talking about after I ask my question. Damn it!
And this is
Fit
how
it
he-
into the conversation. Don't derail it.
Oh, right.
Oh no, this
Sorry.
is how he makes sure that you didn't resign.
So, much like I am sometimes, what is the biggest obstacle in your medium?
Who wrote these? Obstacle?
Obstacle. It's obstacle. There
Obstacle.
is no tickle. Yeah, you're right. It's just obstacle. What is your biggest obstacle in your medium?
Jeff, I'm not going to say who wrote this.
Was it the lady?
It might have been. That's really cute.
What a recovery.
Pivot.
What a recovery.
That's freaking adorable. Whatever, man.
That was awesome. I'd honestly say finding musicians who, and because this just comes from me as a solo artist and someone who was having to promote their own music, is finding musicians that, one, not only care, but finding everyone that's going to be on the same page, no egos coming into play. Because, one, when you're in a band, it's got to be a team effort. When you're doing a band and there's the guy in the band whose name is the band,
Right.
you know, it's kind of more important for me to keep my track record good, kind of keep a good public appearance image. Anything that the group can do musically during a show, after show, that all can fall back on me in the end.
Yeah.
Anything the group can do, I can do better.
And
Yeah, and when you can't
Maybe.
have any of that attitude, see, that's what he's talking about, and this is why you get put in the corner all the time.
I'm happy over
He's so
there.
Chad. He's so Chad.
He is so
Chad.
Chad.
it can be hard.
Frickin' Chad.
You gotta find people that are okay with helping create your image,
Yeah.
that aren't gonna want to overtake the project or want to do too much on their own. And when it comes down to it, you know, you've got the main writer, and pretty much everything I've done is me, but it's just trying to find the right pieces to the puzzle.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's a trial and error process, sometimes it takes more than that, but with trying to do the new band and creating a new name for it, that's kind of the goal. Like, I'm still going to be the guy that's behind the scenes doing all the recording, doing all the promoting.
Right.
But the point is, when it comes out, is that no one should know that.
Yeah, it's a
unless
shared
that they know.
collective. It's a shared
Exactly.
collective
'Cause
idea.
even if I have all these ideas and I finish recording, it's not going to come to life without the help of other people doing it.
Right.
And they have to be okay with your image, want to be able to push that, whether for just the love and desire of your music or just wanting to help bring whatever might be the mindset or just the general idea of what your music's kind of bringing to an
Yeah,
audience.
you definitely need to have people who are accolades to what you got going and will not try to derail the forward
Yep.
motion for sure.
It's one small bump in the track can completely derail the train. What comes down to it, you got to kind of keep doing what's best for the group, and
Yeah, Chad.
yeah, be quiet in your
Well.
corner.
All right, so that kind of leads into the last one then. For someone who's just getting into all of this, what would you say are the biggest pros and cons
Ooh.
personally that you could relay to a noob into it, be it a transplant to the scene, just somebody who grew up, hasn't gotten into the live scene?
I would
Whatever.
say the biggest con, and it kind of goes hand in hand with the pro, and I've been doing at least my own music stuff for about 8 years now, to where I will not pay to play. That will never happen. I don't care if I'm in a band, it's an acoustic act. You could have me open up for I don't even care, but I'm not gonna pay my own money to play.
There's a lot of eye contact between me and Chris.
I want you to define pay to play, because I think there's a lot.
Yeah,
we actually
okay.
had we had a podcast about a year ago now that to describe pay to play in all sorts of other scenarios.
Yeah, and venue avenues.
And so true pay to play.
I specifically mean that the promoter wants you to pay money up front because you're getting exposure for playing those groups. Now, I've done shows, where they say, all right, the first 10 tickets come back to us, everything else you make profit off that. Depending on the show, I'm okay with that. We've done that a couple times that we were playing Scully's Diner in Columbus. And, if that's a venue that we want to get into to play, and we had a 2-hour drive still, and one of those shows, we sold over 20 tickets. So we still walked out with, over $50 profit just on ticket sales ourselves.
Yeah.
But there's no way
Mind
that...
you, wait, $50 for an original band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any profit is
Any
great.
profit,
Yeah.
it's profit.
Yeah.
And how much did you spend on all of your gear?
Oh, you mean
And
I'm
the
getting
gas?
exposures, but not only am I getting exposures, I paid for my exposures.
I am so happy to hear that it's paid in exposure. My rent is 800 exposures a month.
Yeah, I've
But-
been waiting so long to pay my rent from last
So-
month.
We didn't have a full-on podcast. We talked about pay-to-play, like true pay-to-play. We talked
Yeah.
about ticket sales. We talked about upfront and how like some of that can make sense. Like we all agreed pay-to-play is not the way to go. However,
There are
Unless
scenarios.
if you're going
Yeah.
to get in front of like 500 people
Yeah.
or 900 people, or you're buying into an actual tour package, it might make sense.
Yeah,
because you're going to
there-
turn that
if
back
you've-
on your merch. You're
if
going to
you've
turn that back on.
Yeah, if you
What's your return?
got the merchandise to
if the
push
yeah
and
if the
whatnot.
return matches or beats the investment, then it's definitely a good option. I guess
It's
for
how
me
you-
not having those
It's how
multiple
you
show
value
But
experiences-
taking it
yours
back, I love you, Ellis.
project.
But when I say I don't mean to be a dick when I say this, but at the level you're at right now, pay to play is like I'm going to pay $100 to play Piers. Well, why? Because I can probably get in there somewhere else. I'm not going to pay to play a club that's not going to return investment.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right,
You know,
right.
I'm not going to pay. I'm not asking you to pay for my TKB anniversary party. That would be an example where I'm not going to ask you to pay to play that show. Just come on.
Yeah,
Come on,
and then there's
come on, buddy.
a lot like that too. There's different venues that we can't pay you for this, but if you open up these guys, we can get your own type of gig.
2 pizzas and a beer, best I could do.
I'll take it.
Yeah,
I mean,
sometimes
it's
if it's
still
O's
getting
pizzas,
paid.
man, I can
You're
be
still
good
getting
with that,
paid,
too.
man.
Yeah, and it just kind of comes down to, I guess, what you deem yourself worthy as.
Exactly.
For newer musicians, man, I obviously wouldn't recommend you to pay $100 to go play for a bar of 20 people, but if they're just saying, hey, we can get you in the door, we can at least have you open for so and so, and you're not paying anything for it and you're just getting your name out there, that first 6 months, year and a half, that can be some of the best growing and learning experiences that you're going to get, because it leads to the pro of everyone you meet. If
Right.
I wasn't doing shows where I might be getting paid $5-10, or I'm having to drive over an hour just to perform for whoever, or I open up for someone at Carl's Tavern on a Thursday night to book a New Year's show, which was an actual scenario, and it got us to have OLC play like over an hour on New Year's, which is awesome because the band dropped.
That's his favorite.
So, yeah, I
That's
would.
his favorite.
I love Charles Keane so much.
He's so sexy.
So there was this band back in the day. I believe their name was John Doe, and I believe it was the singer who struck a deal with every bar that he played in that from now on, if he came walking through their door, they owed him at least one beer. So every time he went touring around in different cities, he made that deal with the places that he played, and so he would go around.
Make sure a photo got taken. Be like, no, put it up.
Yeah. And he would go around to these different places after he'd done tours through, because he did it for a couple
That
years.
sounds like a tall tale.
And he could just walk around to the venues and get in for free because he was getting his beer.
I don't know. That's a pretty easy rider to probably convince most of the venues we've played out
Yeah,
of town.
seriously?
Like, hey, conservatory. Next time I come through, you owe me a beer.
Yeah.
Give me a CBD beverage.
CBD seltzer, by the way.
It was, oh man, I felt so relaxed
Good.
Wednesday night. It was perfect. It was perfect.
But yeah,
So anyway, coming back here because we got Ellis. We're talking about you were talking about pay to play as being an obstacle.
Mhm.
As a newer band, obviously they're going to be excited. They're going to want to play
Oh,
out
yeah.
whenever, wherever. Easy to take advantage of. So as a new band, pay to play is not the way to go unless what we talked about was your return on investment.
Yes.
So if you're going to pay to play, if you're going to sell tickets, whatever it is, you have to make sure that you truly are getting out of the business what you are putting into it. So if you're going to put $100 in and play for 20 people, you better make sure you're making your $100 back either in cash, not exposure, in cash, in merchandise, in even if it's the $100 in drinking and y'all drink $200 in beer, then you've made your money back.
I mean, it would have been last tour when we were at at Westside Bowl. I think we got a free pizza, like free large whatever pizza that we wanted.
Oh, that was good
And
pizza too.
free
It was.
free beer with
There
it
you
and
go.
everything. So I think it was like at a max of like an $80 cap or something like that.
Yeah,
that
'cause we
could get.
drank
So it's like,
alcohol,
all right,
too.
so we're not getting paid, but we're all broke, we're on tour, and you're giving us
Yeah.
free food and
Yeah.
free booze. And technically, if we really needed to, he did offer us up the green room to actually sleep there that
It has multiple couches. He said there was a shower. Like we probably could have just.
Dang.
I would much rather very thankful for the
Yeah, the
hotel.
whole,
Yeah.
yeah. I was thankful for the offer.
It was there. It was there. And so so back to trying to bring it back. Definitely make sure new bands,
worth
their
out
biggest
of it.
obstacle is understanding their worth.
And just balancing it out, even if it means you're not getting that return until a few months, whether it be booking another show, even if it's booking one yourself. Like we've done VFWs and stuff. You got to pay for that in advance. If we're at least getting close to getting the money back from doing that, and the other bands that we book for that are able to make money themselves, then we've done it right. Now for us living in Ohio, sometimes that's usually more of our option. We don't have as many bars,
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I mean,
Especially for original music.
yeah, and if you're gonna play at a bar, you're playing 4 hours of classic rock and country. I
Yeah.
mean, Fort Wayne, when we first started coming around, getting a part of the scene, it was such a breath of fresh air because it just, as
Original
far as music wise, it
is
just
neat.
feels so set back in small towns. I guess
Yeah.
people want what they want. I
Well,
mean,
really
you
right.
hear a
Some
new
big
song
towns.
that people love, and it's already 10 years old sometimes.
Right.
It all just
Brown-eyed
changes.
girl.
That is always the song people
So
come
we've
back to.
got
They were
through-
just joking about that last night at practice too.
Gotten through our 5 questions.
Yep. So,
Okay.
and we kind of had a little bit of open forum on that one.
Quite a bit.
So we're going to get into what we call hot take now at this
Hot
point.
take.
So need you to pick a number between 1 and 20.
15.
Okay,
You guys
here
did
we
something
go.
a little different this time, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we didn't pull up the random number generator on anything. We just let them pick.
I play drums. So
They got to look up the
So
question.
you
now.
know numbers.
I am
It's
now-
usually just 1 through 4.
I am now here to just continue the conversation.
I know all the best numbers.
He does know all the best numbers, actually.
All right. So
What's he-
15.
What's he do? Just like slide a piece of paper into your pocket with a number written on it.
He's like,
Yeah.
dude, that's the best one I've
That's
ever
the
seen.
best number
I've
I've ever
never
heard.
even considered that number.
He grips me aggressively with his number.
Indeed.
All right. Can you describe your life using only emojis?
That wasn't the best emoji to first come up with, but I don't even know what emoji you would call that one.
The screen grab for the patron is going to be that face right there.
I mean, what's that? I don't even know what you call
I
that
will
emoji.
definitely hunt for that.
It's the emoji that either looks like he's incredibly stressed out or just getting railed from the back. I don't know which one that is.
So can we put the poop emoji beside the one that's getting railed from the back?
I mean, it's like he did say railed from the back,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't say the word I'm not allowed to say. I just said railed from the back.
Exactly.
exactly. It's fine.
All right. So 1 through 20 again.
1.
All right. 1. So we actually will do. What's the strangest topping you've ever put on a pizza and did it work?
Pizza. I don't get weird with my pizza.
Never? You know,
Nah.
You've
like,
never
that's
been
blasphemy.
so
Not
baked.
really.
Yeah, I was
going to
say, come on.
Yeah, I know that'd be the
Like,
funnier
come
thing.
on,
Well,
man. Like, no peanut
okay.
butter
I
pizza
know
or
I
nothing
don't
like
have-
that.
Okay,
what I was
you
looking-
can't say so that's like from a childhood. Have you guys ever? I mean, this might be stupid to say, but I grew up in small towns. I don't know. East of Chicago pizza.
Oh,
yeah.
remember.
Yes.
So
yeah.
we had one of those
Because,
buffets
you know,
in Van
we're
Wert.
used to
The
Chicago
peanut
too.
butter and jelly?
Yes, well, I mean, yeah, they had like we
That was
get
a
the
joke.
buffet. They actually had a peanut butter
jelly
but
pizza.
that thing was so good. That had no right being that good, and I
With the
know
little
it does
crumble
not
stuff on
sound.
it?
I don't- I
Yeah.
don't
So it was
know
like
if they
it was
had-
like a dessert pizza.
yeah, and it was because
I
it's
was
just
going to
like
defer to the peanut gallery and say, "Hey, do you remember?" Was there a time you're like,
Do you
"What is
remember?
this?"
You
it's
remember?
just kind of like
I
a
remember.
just like
I
a
remember.
grilled PB&J almost.
Oh, yeah.
It's
I mean,
delicious.
Oh,
Yeah,
no, East of
it's
Chicago was
fantastic,
awesome
dude.
food. I think they were like the first dessert pizza locally that I even knew of.
And then they got
I'm
rid
pretty
of
sure
East of
Pizza Hut
Chicago
had the
Pizza in
first
Van
one,
Wert.
but-
I
When I worked for McDonald's, we
I
used to
was
do
more
pizza
familiar
trades
with
with them,
Pizza
'cause they were
Hut
right across the
after
street.
I did
Yeah.
East
That's
of
cool.
Chicago.
And then we also did Pizza Hut, but
Yeah,
Chicago
we
was always
never
more.
got to do that, but when I was manager of McDonald's, I would always make weird stuff. I made a McChicken quesadilla one night, and that was really, really good.
That's fun. That sounds
Big
awesome.
Big Mac McChicken. Instead of beef, you use the McChicken patties.
Yeah, I've totally
That
done that.
thing
I used to be
slaps.
addicted to mac sauce.
Yeah.
So if you're ever feeling nostalgic for your East of Chicago again, you still got the one that's up there in Leo.
Yeah, there's
Didn't know.
still-
I don't think I've ever been to Leo.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
There's an East of Chicago up there.
No reason to be in Leo. Sorry, Leo, but no
Love
reason
you,
to be in
Leo.
Leo.
When I think Indiana,
I don't even think it's like
Fort
a
Wayne.
drive-through. Like you just like we.
No, you pull up and
Yeah, it was.
No,
from
I'm
New
saying like
Haven.
in
I
terms of
still
like
thought Fort Wayne.
destination. Like, from point A to point B, there's no reason to go through Leo. There's just
Fort Wayne is Indiana. Everything outside is outside Indiana.
And that's the way I've grown to learn
That's
it.
kind of the way I've like always thought of it too. It's kind of weird.
guess I'm
Indianapolis?
thankful
Oh,
that I
you
live
mean
on that
outside
side of the border.
Indiana?
outside the fort. Yeah.
Oh, you got another number?
Oh, another number.
1
yeah.
through 25 this time.
Yeah, 1 through 25
24 for Kobe.
for Kobe. Let's go.
All right. Any childhood treats you still indulge in, even though your taste buds have matured?
All right. Well, we'll just go real weird because this one always throws people for a loop. But we didn't grow up like poor, but you got your like regular groceries you get, and so you just kind of when you get mixed things or do whatever. So the one that I always remember even doing like elementary school, mixing cottage cheese and applesauce.
I mean, I get the concept. 'cause
Not cinnamon applesauce though. That'll ruin it.
Yeah, you need like.
But I get the concept because cottage cheese and pineapple and stuff like that. It's just already processed.
And isn't it better for you if it's processed?
Sure.
So ours was always to just put pepper in the cottage cheese.
Ooh,
I mean,
that
that's
sounds
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
If you want just stick savory.
I do
Yeah.
peanut butter toast with cinnamon on it.
Yeah.
I mean, that still sounds
I'm
like
trying
a
to
proper
imagine that
healthy
combination.
proteiny snack.
And all that's delicious.
When I was a kid,
Actually, I'm not a fan of cottage cheese.
when I was a
I'll
kid, it was
admit.
the
Yeah.
peanut. It was
I
the
used to be.
butter,
Oh.
sugar, cinnamon. 'Cause it was sweet, and now I'm like, I'm an adult.
Yeah.
I need to be better about it.
Hold on.
And I only throw the cinnamon on
Hold
because
on.
it helps. It helps with your metabolism.
Is that why you're doing it?
They say
Yeah.
smoking helps with your metabolism, and yet I put on 40 pounds in the last year. So you tell me.
I end up with
You're
the-
smoking.
Maybe you're smoking the wrong way.
fragrance.
No, I'm pretty sure I have it flipped the right way.
No, I mean that's fair, I guess.
All right, 1 through 25. One more time.
10.
Okay.
There's a lot of thought on that. I was like,
Yeah, he really had to think about it.
Yeah, well, with
It's like
the
going-
OCD, sometimes you got to let the
Double
brain
Alright.
catch up.
Yeah.
What item would you save if your house was filled with harmless, non-destructive lava? Wait, why would you have to save anything if it was non-destructive?
because lava hardens when it cools.
It's harmless
Okay.
though. It's not gonna
Yeah,
harm
Harden.
anything.
I mean,
Okay.
you'll end up with.
Hey,
Harder.
we're getting too deep.
It's harm. It's
All I heard was hardening too deep. Let's go.
and you got to take it, but with your hands.
And something about getting railed from the back, too.
Yeah. So, what item would you save from your house in a situation with lava?
Yeah, just forget.
Ah, see,
It's just angry lava. It's not harmless.
I already know. It just have to be the pedal board because I just finished getting a new pedal
Oh,
board.
I did.
putting
See,
it all
I did see the
together.
photos of the new
Yeah,
pedal board.
and then my brother made me feel like really, good and responsible. He goes, now that you got that put together, just remember everywhere you go, you're just carrying over $1,000 worth of equipment, so,
So you-
don't mess anything up.
You guys don't have any animals or anything?
Careful with the O's.
Well,
Oh,
we
you
do,
guys
but
do?
she
So
would have
the
already taken
animals
care of the cats.
it
what
said
if she's
item.
not home?
It said
Yeah, you-
item.
you
Oh,
said item.
Okay.
They're part of the family, Jeffrey.
Yeah.
She's already got the cats taken care
Yeah.
of.
Okay, okay.
She'll
My
take care of
supposed girlfriend has the cats taken care of
Supposed.
already.
Supposed girlfriend
The
that's
Canadian
not
one?
that's not in this room.
Well,
Yeah.
she's from Canada.
Oh yeah. So
Doesn't
you're
mean
Canadian?
she's Canadian.
Okay. That's amazing. I didn't know that she was from Canada.
Hey,
Let's get some
Yeah.
poutine.
dude, seriously, I could go for some poutine.
I
right
could
now.
go for. Yeah.
Want to make sure you guys are saying poutine, not something else.
These guys are about either or. Okay.
As long as I can eat it, it's good.
Yeah.
I mean, with some gravy on top.
I mean, you could try that. Yeah.
Speaking
What's
of
your
childhood
favorite
snacks,
I'd be
snack
more
from
interested in
childhood?
trying the cheese crumbles. Pussy poutine, baby.
it's like
Oh,
we didn't
my
grow up
goodness.
poor, but we had some.
We had some delicacies.
Oh dear God.
All right. So, with everything that you got coming up with the new cover band, with the recording project, where's all the socials everybody can find all of
Yeah,
this
where do
stuff
we
at?
find Ellis Omega and
You can find my personal page on Facebook at the moment. The old Ellis Omega Facebook band page is still up. It still is running. The goal is over the course of the year here to slowly just start becoming more active again on social media. That's why I want to thank you guys for having me on here to do the podcast with you guys, because it's a great time of the year for me to start doing that, especially with coming back in a cover band and just trying to be more present at what's obviously is getting harder to do this year, being present at other shows, doing so many yourself.
Yeah.
That's why last year was so nice, because you can just last year I could just go to any show that I wanted to. I mean, I think that's kind of what helped our friendship too. Is I had the availability to just see you guys as much as like you guys came back. The craziest thing to me was when I joined the Fort Wayne scene is right when you guys went on hiatus. And so I never got to see or work with you guys on anything. So as soon as you guys came back, you guys were like at the top of my book to want to be able to I mean, especially because you got like the best damn drummer in the Fort Wayne area. So I was already going to support that anyway.
Yay!
You don't have to say
He
that.
says no, but then he fist bumps. He's
Yeah,
like, I know.
Well, that's because
Stop with it. Stop. I'm humble.
I know.
I'm humble.
I know.
I'm
Humble brag, guys.
Humble.
Humble
I'm
brag.
humble.
Humble brag. Not gonna say I'm the best, but have you
Speaking of
seen
getting railed
better?
from the back? Yeah. Anyway, so we're Ellis Omega's band page is still
active
there, but not super active
I mean,
yet.
people can start following. The goal is I'm going to start posting here over the course of the year. The music video, this actually goes back to answer another question. The music video we shot at O'Sullivan's a couple years ago for the song Addictions is actually still unreleased. So the plan is towards the end of the
Being
year.
there for that one.
Do what?
I think I remember being there for that one.
It was that's my favorite memory from a show, because there was no barrier. Obviously, it's O's. My microphone smacked me in the mouth twice, and that's got to be the coolest thing I've ever had happen at a show.
Oh, that is so
Like,
amazing.
as soon as that happened, I was just like, more. Give me more. Like, get rowdy, dude.
I feel so alive.
Like, why are we jumping around playing songs? I know everyone's over here going,
Yeah.
like, dude, hit me.
No, wait till you
What
get
about
a
when you
guitar
headbutt a
stock
mic?
to the eye and you start bleeding. That's hardcore.
Yeah.
Okay.
That happened
just
to
as
Donald.
just as long as no one like licks up my blood, I mean, we'll be fine. So just
Yeah,
don't,
or you
don't
don't
be
see
weird.
like a piece of popcorn tooth go flying one way.
Well, if I do the trick that wrestlers do, I'll just make sure to spit right then, and then
Yeah.
everyone thinks that.
So you got your
Like, super
You got your
cool.
personal page. You got the band page. Is it so Ellis Omega you, and then is it also just
Yep.
Ellis
Currently,
Omega
it's
band?
still just Ellis Omega as an actual page, and then I technically did deactivate the band page's old Twitter and Instagram accounts. So the plan is towards the end of the year to start getting those back up and running. Post the Addictions music video is kind of like a because the one other thing I haven't done is I never thanked everyone for all the time and support we gave over the years. Like
Yeah.
Ellis Omega as a band never officially broke up.
Right.
So I just kind of want to give a big thanks and shout out to everyone that supported us over the years and me over the years doing stuff.
and announce the new direction.
Yep. Post the music video so everyone has that. Announce the new direction. Start posting. Make the other online accounts. And basically from that day, change everything over slowly to what it's going to be for the future project. That way it kind of has a nice build to it, and it's not just kind of trying to run on dry ground. Hopefully, you get the music video out there, it starts building some traction, and then you're moving already. Is the
All right,
goal.
listeners. So what he's saying is that make sure to always check in at least once a week and pressure him to get all the socials up and running.
Yeah, you
Twice
guys could
a
do
week.
that, because Controller's been pressuring me to do anything since I started
Twice
hanging
a
out
week
with
is
them
also
again.
acceptable. If you're part of the Interior Eye Coalition, you know what to do.
Mhm.
Thank you very much
So
for your time.
you do have one more band, May 25th. You're playing this weekend that they're gonna miss. How do we find that group?
So Shadow Within has its own Facebook page. Just go to
The Shadow Within.
Yeah, it is the Shadow Within. Got their own Facebook page they've had before, but thankfully it's climb on the followers and likes since we've got a couple new
Nice.
members.
Nice.
We've got I think we just announced it. Show April 13th in Miller City, Ohio, at the Buckeye Club.
Nice.
That'll be another. Typically it's like
So
4-hour gigs
you'll have a
of
few
some of the
shows under your
best
belt.
dad rock around.
Dad
So
rock,
I did
rock,
want to
rock.
ask. We were talking yesterday with me and the guys in Soda. Like, where did you come up with the band name, The Shadow Within?
Oh, wasn't me.
Wasn't you? Okay.
Nope.
you don't
So
have-
yeah, this was,
Yes, because-
I believe, and they'll let me know if I'm wrong. I believe our bassist Cody is the one of, if not the only original member. I
Illuminati?
believe this is yes. I believe it's technically his project that he's kept over the years. So when I ended up joining and auditioning at the end of last year, they basically had everything still running from the band. They were even finishing up gigs. They were just in the process of getting another guitarist and a new singer. Luckily, that's gone over incredibly smoothly. And of all things, our new singer, who I didn't know until I got to meet him, was actually one of the first guys my brother ever jammed with out of high school.
nice.
So, like
nice.
a full circle story. That's just, and the drummer. This going back to what we said
we
earlier.
Love those circle
The
stories.
drummer is the drummer Colton Crew used last year at Wetzel. That's how he and I met, and that's how we ended up knowing about the audition anyway.
Nice.
So I mean, it's
Brad
really
Anderson?
know people. Yeah, Brad, dude, fantastic person, fantastic drummer. The guy's got great chops. You know, he's in a lot of bands himself, but that guy, as far as musicians come, is filled with so much passion, and that's great to see from, you know, any musician. I feel like you got guys that just enjoy doing it, but then you got guys that, man, if they weren't doing this,
Yeah.
they wouldn't be doing anything
So
else.
2024, Ellis is going to start getting busy. We've got Ellis Original, just Ellis Omega. You've got Ellis Omega Band, and then you've got The Shadow Within. You're going to be playing all over the place this year.
Oh, yeah.
And
That's
him
cool.
and Chris are probably going to get another band started on the side. 'Cause
So
that's just
with
how they
Ellis,
roll.
you were saying Facebook page. Is there a YouTube channel?
Yeah, you can actually still find Ellis Omega, the band's YouTube channel.
Okay.
I think they have it as because using certain distributors, like it's a topic.
Yes.
But there's also a band page. That honestly is probably more information and videos and stuff than what we did on the actual Facebook page. There's a couple live videos from earlier shows. There's a whole entire live 30-minute set from like 2017 where we actually played Submerged for the very first time as like its debut on a recorded episode. So, I mean, there's still a lot of media out there. And if anything, it's just going to give people at least an idea of what I've done, an idea on things I might be working on. Because from the... Do I?
Yeah.
Wet in the palate.
No, I like wet palettes, yes.
So,
Yes.
so to your point, Jeff, one night,
Uh-huh.
Ellis was high, and he sent me this big long
What?
love letter.
That's most nights, but continue.
He sent me this big long love letter about how we should play, at least jam out once. So,
Okay, yeah.
No band, but he wants to jam.
So have you guys jammed?
No.
No, but they
Have you
will
seen my
jam
schedule?
potentially.
Eventually.
Well,
Well,
it's-
it's just crazy to
May
think.
25th?
Yeah, it's just
On
crazy
May
to think
25th.
in like the 7-8 years I've known Chris and all, just a lot of Fort Wayne musicians I've been able to meet and stuff.
Yeah.
He's one of the guys I've known for the longest that while we've shared shows and stages, we've never actually played even one song together, which is just kind of mind blowing. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, all the
So
support and doing
what
stuff.
Steve said, May 25th, we probably will get the chance to do that.
If not, we'll just harass Chase into doing it because
Yeah.
what's he going to do? He's a pushover. He's a real handsome pushover.
He's a real handsome.
No,
pushover.
what you're gonna do is be like, dude, I really need a bottle of water. Can you go grab me a bottle of water real quick?
then
We'll
he
wait
comes-
for you.
I
We'll
feel like
wait.
if you
walking
just tell
back
Ben to get a
out.
beer, Ben will just go get a
But,
beer
okay.
and not just like, yeah, all right, let's do it, man.
So I have something here. We're gonna do this.
Are we going to do that now, or you want to do it the
Oh
next,
my.
next
I thought we'd do it now. So all throughout the tour, I've been wanting a wacky inflatable tube guy to join us on stage as the ultimate control freak. Ergo, he can't control himself.
Ergo.
Get it? Ergo.
Ergo.
This guy's got jokes. But
Ergo can't control himself.
yeah. So this came from Nikki, right? That's who you said
Nikki,
it was?
yes.
Yes.
Yes. And thank you. It's a 17-inch wacky inflatable tube.
That's a
man.
lot of inches.
That's what she
where's
said.
I wish I could count that high.
Dude, there's like a coloring book that came with it. Is that what this is? It's a
Oh,
whole
it's a whole
story.
story.
I like your module.
It is a whole story.
Oh, of course.
So is
I-
that going to be the next podcast
I-
episode? We
This
sat
reminds me
down
of
and
my condom.
Jeff. Yeah.
In-
Why? Because it's worn out.
Introduction. You see him
Wait,
everywhere.
because it's worn out, Chris, or because it's red?
Both.
That's
I love
It's
you,
the
dude.
it's the girth. it's the lack of.
Aw.
You need a
He's just a skinny
you
guy.
need a screwdriver.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
we need a
remember when I was.
screwdriver. I've been trying
to the
put
rescue.
on weight, but like my metabolism hates me.
Check out that.
Same.
Jeff went and decided to do something that's labor intensive.
What is that supposed to mean? I do labor intensive stuff sometimes.
I don't know if
Yeah, but
sex
you're making
counts as
Steve do
labor
something
intensive.
labor intensive.
Oh, word. Yeah. So, but this is going to find some sort of home on stage, whether it be attached to a pedal or my keyboard. I just feel like, since we walk out on stage, he should turn on last. Oh, look.
Always just have him blow up and appear
He's-
under
he's not
Bob's
really-
kilt.
He's just kind of
He's standing quite erect.
Yeah, he's not really whacking and flaming about.
It's hard to do that when you're upside down, man. Have you ever tried to whack upside down like that?
I mean, well,
All right, so Jeff has, but
I love how
Okay.
he is.
So
oh boy,
he got bent.
okay, there we go.
that's pretty much what it's like in the
Solid.
morning. So
Just wait another 10 years.
There, he's inflating, kind of.
Okay, this is sad because how firm he is, which is ironic.
oh my.
The sad part is most of our listeners will not see this unless they get onto our Patreon.
If you want to
This
see,
is
Yeah, but you might
completely
want to
a
consider doing that because this is actually pretty funny.
what, he needs a name.
hilarious.
If you have an idea
There you
for
go.
our wacky inflatable
my
tube,
first thought is you should
and
just
then-
call him Limpy.
Oh my
so,
gosh,
Chris, we got to attach him to your kick drum so that way you
No.
can just poke your stick
no,
at
you
it.
put him on his keyboard, and the little bit of movement of the keyboard will work. Should work.
will it? Will it though?
No,
It's-
I'm pretty sure you need to jab him with your wood.
Yeah, I think it might be better on your drums.
Jab him with my wood.
I think it might be better with your drums. Although this is
I mean, I feel like this could make for just a good live video anyway, because it just see how long it takes the controller guys to get something up.
Well, apparently over a year, right?
Yeah.
Jeez. Well, the ratings might be
There you
longer
go.
now
There you
too.
go. We just got to put it on an angle.
God's thinking of name. I just keep on going back to South Park. Come on, Sparky Red Rocket.
All right, well, I don't know how much better of an outro we could possibly
I
ask.
don't really know.
So, thank you so much, Ellis, for coming in, hanging with us,
Thank
and
you guys for having me. It's been a
shooting the
blast.
crap with us.
Dear
So,
God, are we sorry?
yeah.
I'm not.
So,
No shame.
on that note, go check out everything on his socials. Check out the old material. Look forward to the new material. That's
Subscribe
gonna
to
be
their
coming out soon.
Patreon.
Yes, so that way you
Say
can
bye.
see the Red Rocket. And,
Yeah, Chris just humped at the Red Rocket, so please subscribe to watch that. You are mostly erect and upright at an angle.
Yeah, see, it's
and
definitely the girth.
he's going full John Travolta on it. Right?
Yeah, he is.
So,
I don't
all
wanna
right,
move it.
subscribe to Patreon to see the Red Rocket.
Love you
We will
guys.
catch everyone later.
Love you guys.
Bye, guys.
Just as October ends, another month begins. I'm trying to move out of this dark place that I'm in. And as these walls go and start
Thank you for listening to Actually Contrøller. If you liked what you heard, please consider following us on all our socials. You can easily find us on all the different platforms by going to linktree/Contrøller33 or scan the QR code if you're watching the video version of this episode. Thank you, and we'll catch you next time.